You are welcome to this morning edition of this very strategy today. Wow, this is awesome. Wow, this is something else. Um, you don't need to be doing the same thing and getting the same result. Sometimes you try a different thing and get a different result. Some of us have tried a lot of strategies and nothing is working out. Yeah, in this very video, I'm going to show you a little secret that you may not have known for a long time. Though you have been using this very strategy to trade, but I'm going to open your eyes to see this. But the truth is that you're not going to use that alone. Yeah, you can't use it alone. If you use it alone, you are going to mess the whole things up. Yes. So in this very video, please, I beg you to stick to this very video. Watch it carefully. I mean, follow whatever I'm going to show you here and see how your trading life will change completely. And also to all my students all over the world, please, after this video I'll be dropping our time so that we'll be meeting up so that part of what you're seeing here will complete it in our class. All right, so in this very video I'm going to show you 4 different strategies that you can bring together, or probably 3 you can bring together to give you a perfect result when forex trading is concerned. Yes, I'm going to show you something about RSI that everybody knows, but they never know that maybe somehow they have been trading it wrongly. All right? They may have been trading it wrongly. If not that of how things are and this market is not yet confirmed, you know that anytime you see me place a horizontal line like this, that I am expecting something. You know that? So you should know that as you are seeing this thing here, I'm expecting something. This thing has crossed, but my entry point will be on next this thing. Then I will show you how we can use other indicators to confirm even when we are expecting a breakout in forex trading. So stay tuned and watch how this is going to happen. My name is GDFS and I'm happy to have you. Thank you, my subscribers. Thank you, my returning subscribers. Thank you, my viewers all over the world. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting me, and I'm grateful. I am happy. You will not regret coming in contact with my channel. All right, we are not going to waste our time. We are going straight to set up the indicators. See, sometimes people will immediately they see the indicators, they will no longer watch the video. They think that they have arrived. And sometimes I will be surprised that they will still come back and start telling you how the strategy is working and how the strategy is not working. A teacher can write a formula in the board. The formula doesn't make sense until you explain how the formula will work. This is how the strategy is. So you know already, I love moving average and I can never do without moving average. This is moving average 12, and this one this one is moving average 26. You know, I love this thing based on my account. I don't go for higher distance. So but for clarity you can put 50, 100 and 200. That is for more clarity. Now let me add the other indicators that we'll be using in this very video. Follow this thing carefully. Let me add those indicators. The number 1 indicator we are going to add is relative strength index. I know immediately I mention it, people will say, we know it, what could done. Let me show you something you don't know. In this relative strength index, you know, each time we trade, every time what we normally trade is 70, 30. But I'm going to show you something. You can comfortably remove 91 and 9. Let me show you one secret, like I promised at the beginning of the video. Let me show you this thing. Can you see this now? Can you see this? This is the only thing we'll have here is just the 50. You know, the only thing we'll have here is just the 50. Remember that I'm expecting I am expecting to enter trade here. I'm expecting to enter trade here, but I want to confirm it to know if it will not reverse, because this is crash 300. The thing is always volatile. The thing is always volatile, so I'm expecting to enter. All right, so I'll show you what I meant by this. Now listen, this is boom 300. And a lot of people are afraid to trade boom 300 because of how volatile it is, the fastness, the movement, and everything. And what we have here is relative strength index. And this relative strength index, we all know, is a divergence movement. Now listen, the challenge of this thing is that one of the things we have before now is that when we have level, some we use, like we have been using it already, some we use 80, others we use 20, and sometimes we remove the 50. All right, sometimes we remove the 50. So, and we are told that anytime it touches, the default settings of this thing is 70-30. That is the default setting of the RSI. So the relative strength index. So we are told that anytime, like let's assume if you reduce the period to, let's assume 7. If you reduce it to 7, the thing will be volatile too. Now we are told that as it touched this place is a scalping position. You scalp like 5 candles, you're out of the market. If you cross above 20, you're expecting a spike. That is true. But do you know why it doesn't work that way all the time? You know why it doesn't work that way all the time? It doesn't work that way because let me see if I can enter trade. If it didn't work out, I will close it. Why it didn't work out that way sometimes is because when you see an opportunity like this, there are sometimes it will enter from here and still get to this. Look at it, entered here and it still counted like it entered here, still counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 before it spikes. The other time it will enter, it will stay a long time. Like here, it entered at this place. Check it. So when something entered and you were expecting a spike, it counted like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It didn't stop there until it get to this place. Can you see it? Let me show you what I'm saying for clarity, so that you will know why when you place something that it may not work that way. From there to this very place now, from there to this very place, so if you count the candle from here to this place, because it entered here, so had it been that you entered here to expect a spike, it will have been a very huge a kind of failure to you, because even the last spike didn't get up to where you entered your trade. Do you see that? So because of that, you may think that you have been disappointed. So that is why we must be very, very careful in our dealings. Okay, must be very, very careful in our dealings. So whenever you have this opportunity, that is why I want to show you this. So based on this, we have been asking ourselves and we have been making researches to find out how to trade with RSI, and we are comfortable and we are sure that it's going to give us what we need. Now look at this. So the secret of trading RSI is this. When you go to the first setting, you take 14, you go to this thing, you put 50. If you put 50, you can comfortably remove the 80 and these things. For clarity purpose, you can remove all of them. Now look at what you have. You only have this thing only here. Do you see it? You only have 50. Let me show you something. Now look at just from 1 minute time frame. I will show you all those things from 1 minute time frame. Just look at this. From the very time this thing crossed 50, check this thing. from the very time this thing crossed 50, I mean the line in your relative strength index crossed 50, check it. Has it ever, what happened? It went down to this very place, and this thing has never crossed this place again. So the right signal RSI can give you is 50. So you should be trading from 50. And what I mean is that anything, like, you should be very, very careful, because see what happened here. It crossed here and you wanted to touch here again, it spiked back. Are you getting it? And it spiked back. So where you should be looking at is from here now, as this thing crossed to this place, it's an opportunity for you to expect a possible entry point, because it will be moving down. So which means that from 50 to 90 or 100, that place is a spike zone from boom. Then from 50 to 90 is from a Skype zone from crash. I mean Skyping zone for crash. Are you getting it now? All right. Now let me step down a little bit to show you something else. But with this alone, you can't trade and you are sure. So in that case, there is something else you still need to add to this relative strength index that will bring us to another indicator. Look at it, another indicator. So you will not add the same thing with the same window one. You open another window, and that one is called stochastic oscillator. Remember that the K period is 14, D period is trend, slowing is trend. Then the price field is low high. Exponential is the method is exponential. Then you choose the color of your choice. Then in this place, there is no need. In this place, the level should be 20 and the 80. Now look at it. I press done. Can you see this? Can you see this? So with what you can see here now, it's a huge opportunity. Once you have this thing, anytime you see that this thing has crossed to this place, watch it. It must cross this very place. It must cross the 20, for spike. So why I entered this place is that I am expecting that a candle in 1 hour time frame may be completed. So even if you didn't complete it, it's not a confirmed entry point, because after all, the next candle should open. So even if I close this trade now, I didn't close this trade as a failure. I closed it because what I was expecting didn't happen that way, because this thing is not a clear entry point. Are you getting it? But it's possible that this thing can still pull down. So to complete this candle, so that the candle will take a decision in 1 hour time. So even if you didn't take the decision rightly, I have the right to close my trade. It's my money. Are you getting it? But one thing you should not do is to, in such case, what you do is like something that happened to me yesterday. So I started a business with somebody. So I just decided to test this very strategy. So as I was testing the strategy, though I have tested it severally and I'm seeing something positive. So I was using, that should be boom 1000. So as I was testing it with 50 cents and 20 cents, the thing got to $10 losses. So what do? I have to close it. I have to close it. So I was not entering it with $1, because what you will lose using 20 cents and 50 cents in losses is not the same with when you are using $1 cent and $1 per trade. And at that point, you may lose something. Do you see 1 hour has completed? As 1 hour has completed, another candle has opened. So it is this candle that will tell me whether I should close this or I should lose it. Are you following? That is it. So I have to allow this thing. If it crosses this place and it didn't pull back, I don't have choice than to close it, because it's preferable to lose like 50 cents or 70 cents than to lose here. And because I have risk management. No matter the trade, I can't lose more than $10. That is my target. All right, that is my target. So then in this case now, we now bring another indicator. What is the work of stochastic oscillator? You use it to regulate the movement. Now this market has stepped in here. So as somebody who wants to do scalping, as this market is crossing at this very place, it's an opportunity. Then as it's getting to 20, you don't trade again. For small account. As this thing has stepped into 20 here, you don't trade again, you leave the market. That is how simple this thing can be. But with this same thing alone, you cannot ascertain what is going to happen. So each time, if this thing should cross over to this place now, it's a threat to spiking. Are you getting it? If this thing should cross over to this place, though this is 1 minute time frame, it is volatile. It can drop anyhow, it can spike anyhow, it can move up and move down. That is business. Are you getting it now? So, but when you check your 1 hour time frame, this candle has just opened. So this candle may decide to move up or it may decide to pull back. It has not taken a decision yet. And in this case, I can't do scalping and I can't wait for spike. So, but I've placed a trade already. What I would do is to allow it to move. Then I'll be checking my free listing. If what I'm seeing is against what I want, I will close it. Even though that I may close it to spike, because from this place now, this place is showing it will go down, while this place is showing that it's going to retrace. But this place have not crossed this 50, and since this place have not crossed this 50, it's not yet balanced. I hope somebody's got what I'm saying. So with this now, you also have to apply another thing, and that thing will not help you. This is, I'm talking about, remember what I told you, we are going to apply different indicators to help you get accurate, when I mean accurate analysis for you to trade. And when you have done that, you are sure that something is going to happen. In this very matter now, you are not going to drop the same thing using either window 1 or window 2. You are going to apply it using a separate window, and that window is MACD. This very MACD, you are going to use fast EMA 8, you are going to use slow EMA 21, you are going to use in MACD simple moving average 5, and apply it to close. Then you use color of your choice. Now look at this thing. Can you see it? Now this is how this thing works. Somebody sent me a message, please give me a strategy that works on boom and crash apart from this thing, MT5. The people that own MT5 is Deriv, and Deriv, their marketplace is on MT5. Okay, the people that own boom and crash is Deriv. So Deriv is their marketplace. The platform they choose is MT5. So you have to stick to it. Right? So with this thing now, you can now see the structure, and you should know that once the histogram is above this 100 and going up like this, it shows that the thing is on a downtrend. And once this is going that this is the thing is on or is an uptrend. So this market now you are seeing, as this thing is about to change to this direction, which means in few hours from now, or let's just say from in 3 to 4 to 7 hours from now, this whole thing now will start dropping like this. Can you see how we analyze market and we are sure? And before you know that, this is 1 hour time frame. If you go to day trend, you'll see that the day trend have taken a bullish movement. And once that is a bullish movement that is strong enough, it's going to keep people on profit if you are a type that love the type that want to catch spikes. That is how simple this strategy can be. Can you see it? This is how simple this strategy can be. So practice this and be sure. Don't just start it immediately. Practice this, how those things works. How do I mean? Immediately you see this, immediately that you have noticed that this thing have crossed this thing, you must be sure that the crossing will happen here, and you must be sure that, for those who want to do scalping, okay, let me use more this thing to clarify this. Let me use crash 1000. Good. Let me use crash 1000. Good. Now look at this is crash 1000. Look at it. This thing cross here. As it crossed this 50, it now crossed the line in the main chart crossed, and this one now started from the blue. The red and the blue. The red and the blue. Look at it. The red and the blue. This one crossed 50. This one crossed in the main chart, and the red and the blue of stochastic oscillator cross, and the histogram change their line. You can never lose trade with such a mindset. It's not possible. For those who are doing scalping. So if you are battling with how to scalp like 5 candles, 10 candles, 15 candles, and you know your candlestick pattern, look at it, and you know your candlestick pattern, you are good to go. And don't be deceived with this little spike you are seeing. Before you enter spike, for those who are doing Skype, for those who want to catch spike, before you enter spike in such a condition, go to your 1 hour time frame and check what is going to happen there. If the reverse is not the case, don't enter. If the reverse is not the case, how do I mean? If this did not happen, like it happened here, if this did not happen, okay, let me also use uh another this thing to show you. Let me also use this. Let me backtest more. All right, look at this is for spike. It crossed here, this one crossed here, and that one crossed here, and the histogram also changed. If this thing didn't happen like that, don't just see a little spike par and you enter thinking that it's going to happen that way. No, it cannot happen. Then when are you going to TP? When are you going to take your trade? One, as this thing is planning to cross over again, you take your TP. As this thing goes up and cross this thing again, you have to take your TP. As this thing as the histogram want to change, TP, close your trade. I've shown you how to enter trade, and I've shown you how to close the trade. One, if for spike, and for this is 5 minutes, the same thing is applicable to 1 minute time frame. The same thing is applicable to 1 minute time frame. So look at it. Is a very huge opportunity that anyone can use, because after this very video now, this is the strategy I will be using for a long time, and all the students should gather, because I'm going to send you a link. All the students should gather so that you see this is 1 hour. I'm still expecting it, but if it didn't happen, I don't have choice than to close it. This is $1. So this is how the market can be. So if you want to do your scalping, you have to be patient to wait, and let this one change, let this one cross 50, and let the histogram start moving up in this direction. You must take profits. That is just the simple truth. You can do this thing for boom. You can also do it for volatility. It works for all of them. Look at it. It works for all of them. So when you do this thing and apply the price action, the support and resistance zone, you are good. So this thing works for all of them. Let me see the step in this. Let me see the same thing. Can you see it? It's applicable to all of them. Immediately it crossed here, what happened? There is a move. Immediately it crossed 20, what happened? There is a move. Immediately it happened here, what happened? There is a move. So it's not something that works for only for crash or only for this thing. It works for all of them. But what do you need to do to make this work for you? Practice it. Make sure you are used to it. Be conversant with it. I am sorry for those who are traders and you want to make money on forex trading, and every strategy you see, you practice it with your live account. It's not that good. Get used to you must have a demo account. The people that created demo are not stupid. The people that created demo are not stupid. Practice it, and once you practice it and you're a little bit used to it, then use a smaller lot size. No matter the amount I am using, I can never trade with $5. I cannot. When I mean it, even if it is $5,000, I can never place a trade with $5. I cannot, because no amount is too big for you to lose. If you like, deposit $1 million, you can lose it. It's a promise. You can lose it. That is it. So this is step index. It works for all of this. Is volatility 50. It works for all of them. When I mean all, I mean all. It works for all. Look at it. Can you see it? Every clear reversal point is shown. Once it gets to 20, see opportunity. Watch the shape of the MACD, watch the shape of stochastic oscillator, watch the shape of relative strength index, and see what is happening in the main chart. It's good opportunity. You too can do it if you can be patient enough. My name is GDFS. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, I want you to subscribe. Ask me questions if possible. And if you want to know more about those things, please feel free to contact me for mentorship. for mentorship. There are questions I'm seeing on my YouTube on my WhatsApp that I don't know how to answer, because if you're asking me a question that a person that I'm training should ask me, if I answer you that thing, then are you not now? You are not a professional trader. So I can't give you what I give to those who have paid me. No, I can't do that now. I can't do that, because before I know that thing you're asking me, I paid for it, and no business is free. So that we are, it's like somebody said that you did this, you did it. I can't subscribe to your channel. I can't subscribe to your channel. I said, no, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Even free to subscribe. And even if you said you don't want to subscribe,